Today's date, May 29, 2013, on a Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. And this is the California coast with pink. I have here another health and wellness article for you from naturalnews.com about honey. Did you know that 75% of honey in the supermarket isn't real honey? I'm sure some of you have already heard about this, so be careful about the honey that you're buying. It may not be the real honey. Large-scale testing on U.S. supermarket honey now reveal that roughly 75% of honey on the market isn't even real. This is by Lance Devon. It's dated May 28, 2013 on Tuesday. According to investigation by Food Safety News, today's mass-produced honey is oftentimes void of real pollen, artificially processed and laundered from guess where? China. Honey manufacturing experts in the World Health Organization agree that real honey must contain true microscopic particles of pollen to be considered real, with an identifiable source. Honey void of pollen is an artificial, nutrition-void, watered-down scam. Watered-down, heated, pressurized honey, not real at all. Much of the honey hitting supermarket shelves is derived from an ultra-filtering procedure that heats honey to high temperatures, forcing the natural substance at high temperature through extremely small filters to remove pollen. In this way, manufacturers conceal the identity of the source of the honey, which is a technique used by the Chinese, who have illegally dumped tons of their honey on the U.S. market for years. The Chinese are responsible for dumping dangerous antibiotics, artificial sweeteners, and leaching copious amounts of heavy metals into imported honey products. The Food Safety News investigation. After hearing about U.S. grocery stores being flooded with unidentified honey, Food Safety News began an investigation into several outlets that sold foreign honey. They purchased 60 different containers of honey from 10 different states, buying from a wide range of supermarkets. Then, they sent the honey samples to premier melisopalenologist and professor at Texas A&M University, Vaughn Bryant. What he found was that roughly 3/4 of the honey contained no pollen, making it unidentifiable and unsafe. Of that average, he found the following: 100% of Winnie the Pooh sold in blank stores had all pollen removed. 100% of honey from individual packets from blank and blank had all the pollen removed. 77% of honey from big box stores like blank, blank, and blank had no trace of pollen. 100% of honey from drugstores like blank and blank pharmacy had all the pollen filtered out. He did find out, however, that honey purchased from co-ops, farmers markets, and stores like contained the full amount of original pollen. That's good. Ultra-filtering of pollen has something to do with concealing honey's true source. Mark Jensen, president of the American Honey Producers Association, says that removing all pollen from honey makes no sense. He continues, "I don't know of any U.S. producer that would want to do that. Elimination of all pollen can only be achieved by ultra-filtering, and this filtration process does nothing but cost money and diminish the quality of the honey." Jensen added that pollen-void honey is most likely Chinese honey that has entered the country illegally and not inspected. Uh-oh. Richard Addy, who produces 7 million pounds of honey each year from multiple states, explains that real honey is valued for its flavor and nutritional value, and that this is what's being removed during the ultrafiltration process. He says that it's no secret to anyone in the business that the only reason all the pollen is filtered out is to hide where it initially came from, and the fact is that in almost all cases, that is China. Most honey packers are worried about what is being imported and what they are pumping into their plastic bears. You know those little plastic bear bottles? The cute little bear bottles that the honey come in? Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Much of the honey sold in the U.S. is imported from Asian countries. 208 million pounds of honey have been imported over the past 18 months. 60% of that comes from Asian countries that typically launder honey illegally for, guess where? China. By using in-house private testing, some U.S. manufacturers have found out that their Asian imported honey is watered down with high fructose corn syrup and a myriad of illegal sweeteners and antibiotics. This is causing many people to seek out local, trustworthy supplies of honey who leave this precious resource in its unadulterated nutritional form. Look around and find a local distributor of honey. Real honey is a valuable resource. And here are the sources for this article. You can check any one of these sources here. Okay, this high fructose corn syrup is also in bread. Imagine that. What is high fructose corn syrup doing in your bread? Well, it's a cheap way of sweetening the bread. It just gives it a little sweetness, and apparently it just makes people want to eat more. Well, beware. High fructose corn syrup in anything is not good for you. It's very unhealthy. So, you can trust your local farmer market. You can trust that store right there, I guess, is what they're saying. If it's in your neighborhood. It's not in every neighborhood, but that's one place you can get real honey from. And co-ops. Okay? Co-ops, farmers markets, and stores like that one. And I would stay away from those little plastic teddy bear like this, right in this photo right here. Yeah, it's probably what they're talking about is the honey from China. Ooh, that's going to do it for this report. Thanks for watching. Pink out.